What do you guys call it?
That's your third leg.
I'm stepping ahead on the head. It starts off very creamy and a nice mouthfeel, and then it just, it kind of makes your mouth do crazy things.
Yeah.
I want a sweet, happy ending in my mouth. Cheeks just like suck in and do crazy things.
It's fruity, but it's not.
It has that je ne sais quoi. And I'm making it dirty.
Yes, you're making it dirty.
Is too much on the
orange.
Orgy end for me.
Or in the orgy end,
It's too
Agent Orgy.
Those late nights and those early mornings of, like, what do we want to do with our lives? I'm not oppressed or impressed with that pretty blonde lady. Who cares what other people think?
Right, exactly.
Right? That's what this is for.
Hi everyone.
I'm Janet.
I'm Jason.
We're
Gumbo Mud. We're here
for dark beer.
And today we have from Santa Barbara, California.
We have the Walkabout.
Walkabout. You know what a walkabout is, right?
Well,
you've heard of it.
I have.
Okay.
From McDundee.
Yeah.
Is that where you've heard about it?
Well, no, I read about it before then.
No.
Do you know what it is, though?
Well, no.
It's origins, basically.
I know from Crocodile Dundee movies, he's like, I'm going to go on a walkabout, babe.
Exactly.
And he comes back with,
Yeah. It's basically the Aborigines of Australia. When you become a man. Oh. Right? One of the things to prove you're moving from childhood to adulthood is they would send, I don't know if they did it with the women, but they did it with the boys. You go on a walkabout and they would just send you out and you'd have to survive on your own for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. As like a kid, like 12, 13, 14 years old. That was a walkabout. And then obviously people have gone on walkabouts, which is basically like a self-discovery, like you leave your region, in this case Australia, and discover other parts of Australia or the world. But it's originally from the Aborigines, so it's kind of a passage into adulthood for men. So it does relate or reference to the movie. Yes, where I'm going on a walkabout. He was raised by the Aborigines. Yes. Even though he was white, he was raised as Yeah. I love all those movies. They are good if you haven't seen them in a long time. No, They're really good. Them. I still love them. I'm a sucker for old movies. And the original one is really good if you haven't seen it in a long time. Yeah, the original is my favorite for sure. Yeah. But as soon as I heard Walkabout, I automatically thought McDundee. And the way he the people just love him. He warms up to that pretty blonde lady. Yeah, exactly. It's just a cool, fun story. Yeah. So that was a good movie. Yes. I like it. So I love the name Walkabout. Yeah. So okay. We took a hard left. No, it's from the beginning. If any of these young people don't know. Exactly. So Walkabout is from Third Window Brewing. Yeah. And again, I'm gonna take a left. Is a third window like a third leg? You know what? I actually kind of looked up what third window means, and they referenced a couple of things. One of them was Rapunzel. So you know who Rapunzel was in the tower with the long hair. Yes. They don't go into why, but it has something to do why Santa Barbara was named Santa Barbara. They don't go into that. But the other thing is, it kind of references their 3 business attributes, which is cultivation, passion, and purity. Right. So that with Rapunzel, it, I guess, has a tie to Santa Barbara, and they, I guess, wanted to pay their respects to Santa Barbara and the town, and that's where the brewery is. So, yeah. But is there not like an unspoken language among the bros that like your third? It's not your third window. It's like your third leg or third arm, or what do you guys call it? That's your third leg. I don't know if that's what it is. Well, dude, what do you mean Yeah, but it's third window. I don't know.
I know.
It's a trippy name.
Like
it's a trippy name.
Like a subliminal underlying term for a third. But what do you call it? Is it third arm or a third leg?
It's considered third leg is what you reference. It's your third leg. But third window, like I said, it has something to do with Santa Barbara. It has nothing to do with surfing. Santa Barbara's a big surfing community. It's a big wine community, big farm community, and Third Window is has nothing to do with any of that stuff. So
just a window into those beautiful things you just mentioned, and I'm making it dirty.
Yes, you're making it dirty.
I'm the mud in the Gumbo
mud. Exactly. Yeah, so Third Window they're down there close to Stearns Wharf, which is right off the 101, really close to the beach there. And this stout is basically used with locally foraged oranges and 24 Blackbirds chocolate and Madagascar vanilla beans. So what I've read is they like to use a lot of the local cultivation, and oranges, I guess, is one of them, and they like to use that. And then 24 Blackbirds chocolate, I never heard of, but as I read on it, it sounds amazing. Like they get chocolate from all over, and they actually brew, basically mix their own chocolate, right? That's what you read? Right.
Very well known in the Santa Barbara community for their chocolatiering.
Yes. Like an art.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Like they, not only do they, source their chocolate from unusual places, but they shape it into like works of art and like masterpieces. Like it's a really cool thing. So
yeah, it sounds interesting, right?
Search that up on Google.
Yeah.
Yeah. So very cool.
Yeah.
So a little bit about Third Window. They opened in 2016 with Christopher Parker steering the ship. And his partners are Adam Nazar and John Neal. They met at Santa Barbara Community College. Yeah. They all attended USC, got their MBAs, and that's where they formed their partnership.
Yeah.
So you hear a lot of that. Like they met early on. They obviously had a common interest for beer and all the beautiful things that beer brings to us. And, you like those late nights and those early mornings of, what do we want to do with our lives? And they start brainstorming, and these guys are smart to get, they're either athletic or they're academic to get into these schools.
Well, you have an MBA too, so you're focused on business, and if you like beer, it's
right. So you're either coming from it from a chemist standpoint or a business standpoint,
or both.
Yeah, or both, or you're a combination of all those things.
Which we find out in a lot of these breweries, where one guy's really into brewing, another guy's in the business but loves beer. And they partner up with their buddies and their friends. And then they have
a financial guy. Right? Like it's a harmonious thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, super interesting. And even they even hooked up with Patrick Rue, a brewery. They're in Orange County, which he's a master brewer. And if you watch our channel, the brewery makes just amazing beer. So, and another thing I found out that they like to, all their beers have a direction towards wine. And if you know anything about Santa Barbara, it's a big wine region, and a lot of Pinot Noirs and things like that. And so what I read was they like to steer their beers more towards a wine influence. All their beers have a wine influence. And maybe where the oranges come from, like we've never had really a stout, right? You were saying with oranges in them.
I know.
Yeah.
So, I read that too, which I don't know what to make of that.
Right.
I was a wine drinker at one time, as I was a Miller Lite drinker and a vodka drinker. So I can appreciate and hopefully take into account all of those things. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, it should be interesting.
Okay.
So you ready?
Let's do it. Let's go on a walkabout.
Yeah, let's do it. Walkabout. So they must have some, Santa Barbara's a big surfing community. So
yes,
I'm sure they've taken many trips to Australia. So maybe that's, why they let you pour it. Why they called it Walkabout, but
the Walkabout.
It's cool. Yeah, I like it, and I like their story, and
totally, yeah.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Stories like that just really they hit. You know, I'm a little bit of a softie. Jason's got a tough heart.
Yeah.
But I'm a softie, and but you cross me, and that's it. But overall, I'm a softie, and
yeah.
I like good stories like that.
Yeah, Walkabout. Yeah. So, what do you think about appearance? 8%.
Yeah, I would say.
Looks pretty good.
It looks pretty good. It looks a little bit light.
Yeah, it wasn't super dark.
I've had 8s that are darker.
Yeah.
I've had heads that are darker, but there's a lot of carbonation in the head.
Yeah. Wasn't bad though for an 8. Like it.
Yeah.
It looked pretty good for an 8. Yours looks super creamy, right?
Yeah, I am getting. I'm stepping a little bit of head. I'm stepping a little.
stepping.
I'm stepping ahead on the head.
Yeah. It looks super creamy.
Yeah, I'm stepping a bit ahead on the category.
Yeah.
And I'm getting a little bit of aroma.
Are you?
But we'll start with the appearance. Which,
yeah. What do you think? Man, that looks good to me. Look at that.
Yeah.
Woo.
It looks nice.
Yeah, it wasn't really thick head or lacing, but man, it looks creamy. Super creamy to me. Look at that.
I'm going to start with a 4.
Yeah?
I'm not overly oppressed.
You're not overly oppressed?
I'm not oppressed or impressed.
Yeah.
So that takes me down to a 0.
Yeah.
It does not. I've had lighter ABV beers that are much darker and thicker consistency.
Yeah.
It looks a little light and a little watered down on the appearance. I like the bubbles on yours.
Yeah.
It's a nice ring of
all different size
of
bubbles
head
too.
and lacing. It's not really hanging on, but
right.
I'm gonna go with a 4.
Okay.
Nothing crazy. Nothing.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with a 4.5.
Yeah.
For an 8%, it almost looks like a 10 to me. Doesn't look like quite like a 12 or something, but it looks really creamy. Mm-hmm. The bubbles are all different sizes, and it's got a creamy film on top, and it's not dissipating from when it was poured, so it wasn't really thick, but it's just holding on and looks really good to me. So yeah, I gave it a 4.5. I actually like the way it looks for an 8%. I think it looks great. So,
all right.
Aroma, you got a little bit. You getting orange?
I know.
What are you getting?
So I'm going to preface, before I even start Aroma, I'm going to preface this with saying I am not a chocolate fruit combination fan at all. I like both individually, but I just don't welcome them together unless it's a banana split. You can give me a banana and a chocolate and a strawberry and chocolate and a banana split. Besides that, I'm just not too open to that. So
yeah,
with that in mind,
what do you get? It's interesting.
It smells pretty nice.
Yeah,
I'm definitely getting the citrusy aspect of it.
Yeah, I'm not getting much chocolate. You get some kind of fruit, but it's not dark fruit. And I'm thinking that's the orange, but I'm not getting an orange.
Yeah.
What is it?
The orange is smelling more dark to me. I do get chocolate. I get a lot of sweetness. It actually smells like, to me, the typical dark fruit imperial stouts.
Does it?
It's a little more leaning toward citrusy rather than a dark fruit.
Yeah.
But I actually like it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stick with a 4. I think it smells nice.
4?
Yeah, very clean. Kind of clearing up my nasal passages. It's like a nice mentholyptus. I like it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I actually gave it a 3.5. I'm getting the kind of citrus like you were getting, but it's not the dark fruit. And I'm not getting a lot of chocolate, but it doesn't smell bad. It's above average. It has a certain scent to it, It's just not chocolate, but it's not. I don't know. It's not orange either. It's I don't know. It is fruity, but it's not.
It has that je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi. There you go. That's exactly what I'd say. Yeah. So anyway, I give it a 3.5. I think it's above average. It does have a unique scent to it. It doesn't remind me of the dark fruit, but it does something unique. So.
Would you? But you're like a total. You have this towards the dark fruit. Do you welcome this more?
Yes.
You do?
Yes, because I don't get dark fruit. I'm getting a fruit. It's just different. And
a little lighter.
Thank you.
Less obtrusive.
Yes, it's very much lighter and less obtrusive.
Okay,
and it just has I wish it was a little more chocolate, but it's not bad. It's pretty good. So,
okay, good.
All right, so taste.
Here we go. I'm nervous for this because this is our first beer that says it has orange in it.
Yeah.
And I just don't know that orange. I don't really want a chocolate-covered orange.
Well, let's see. Yeah, it's got a unique kind of aroma for me. So it'd be interesting to try. And I want to get more chocolate, obviously. And obviously the vanilla. What do you get?
Thankfully, it's really smooth to me. I'm really not. You get a little orange on the end. It's like the slightest bit of orange. It's like a chocolate. It's just chocolate vanilla with like, just the orange is honestly on the very end. It's almost like you ate something chocolate vanilla and then you took a drink of a orange drink or like an orange juice.
Tea or something. It's kind of spicy on the end. An orange spice.
Right.
Is that what you're getting? I get like an orange spice.
Yeah.
On the very end.
Yeah, it's not like a harsh orange. It's not like a squeezed orange. It's more of an orange spice. What do you think?
Yeah, I wish I got more chocolate. It's a little bit of chocolatey. I get a little more of the vanilla. And it's not a sweet vanilla, but it's not a bitter vanilla. It's just kind of a medium of the road vanilla. That's mostly what I'm getting. It's just kind of bland. I get the vanilla. It's just, I wish it was just a touch sweeter. And then I get like this orange spiced tea. Kind of, but it's not bad. It's actually pretty good. I wish there was more chocolate in it and the vanilla was sweeter. So.
This is interesting.
It's interesting.
I kind of need more time on the taste.
We'll have some more.
I know. I just don't. It's maybe you go first. You probably have already.
Yeah. I give it a 3.5. I'm giving it what I give the Aroma. It's above average. It's good. It's just I wish it was sweeter. Like I said, I do get vanilla, but it is like the vanilla extract that it's just kind of straightforward vanilla. It's not sweet. It's not bitter. It's just a little bit of vanilla. I don't get much chocolate. And like you said, we'll get to the finish here, but I get the kind of little bit of orange on the end, and that's it. So it's a good beer. The bitterness comes out a little bit more, and I wish it was more sweet. So that's why I give it a little bit of average. It's a unique beer. I don't think I've ever had a beer like this, which is great. So I give it above average. I give it a 3.5.
I think I'm also going to give it a 3.5, not because you did. It's really good. I thought I was going to hate a beer that had orange and chocolate vanilla. It just does not sound like a beautiful combination.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like it's meant to be, but it works.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? It's an interesting beer.
It is interesting. So the part that gets to me, it's very creamy.
Yes.
And pretty delicious, but you get that orange on the end, which I don't want to end with the orange.
Yeah, it's kind of fighting the other flavors.
Yeah.
A little bit.
It is.
Yeah.
So I'm also going to give it a 3.5. I do enjoy it.
Yeah.
But it's just different. It's like it's uncharted orange territory.
It's a good beer.
It is.
Like, it's different. Like, I would have this again.
Yeah.
It's so different. But it's not like overwhelming, but it's just, I'd want it because it's interesting and different.
All right.
But the orange is kind of fighting. So what do you think about the texture at 8%?
The texture, I'm kind of going to go texture and finish at once. The texture is, well, no, I'm going to stick to texture. I'm all over the place. The texture is very creamy, but it's kind of misleading. It starts off very creamy, like a chocolate, vanilla, even orange mixed drink, and then it leaves you with this
watery.
Yeah, like light, watery.
Yeah.
Kind of bitter.
Yes, that's where the bitterness comes out.
A little bit of the sourness that you would expect from an orange.
Right.
So it's just a weird meld of flavors.
Yeah, for something kind of being creamy on the front end, like once you get to the middle and the back end, it's kind of watery.
Yeah.
For an 8%.
The texture, I'm actually going to go down to a 3.0. Like, that's kind of where they lose me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it starts off very creamy and a nice mouthfeel, and then it just...
Yeah.
It kind of makes your mouth do crazy things.
Yeah. I'm with you. I actually gave it a 3. I gave it average for texture. It's an 8. It kind of starts off as an 8, like you said, and then it kind of loses it because it gets kind of watery. But it's very complex. It's a complex beer. I gave it an average because it's very like interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually enjoying it. It's just really different. It's not my flavors, but it is very interesting. Yes. So, yeah. So for texture, I gave it a 3. You gave it a 3. So what about the finish?
Okay, the finish. Yeah. The finish.
Crazy.
Is too much on the orange. Orgy end for me.
Or in the orgy end, yeah. Agent Orgy. Agent Orange.
The Walkabout takes me to the orange end, which I just don't want. I don't want to end with a sour, bitter, puckering finish in my mouth. I want a sweet, happy ending in my mouth. And this one's making me pucker up and
it lingers.
Yeah. It's almost like the best thing I can compare it to for our viewers is the orange juice effect, especially when you have orange juice first thing in the morning with nothing else.
That
like
tangy.
Yeah, your cheeks just like suck in and do crazy things.
Yeah.
Just not what you expect from a dark beer or a stout. But I do like it. I'm really not knocking it. I don't want that as my finishing flavor.
Yeah, the finish is worse.
You can work that in.
Yeah.
But I don't want to finish with an orange juicy puckerness.
Yeah, bitter, kind of pungent. Yeah.
So I'm gonna stick with a 3 on the
Stick with 3? Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going with a 2 because that's the worst for me. It's like you said, everything you just said. That's what I'm getting, and it lingers. I can't kind of get rid of it, which I don't like. I want to dry and finish and go. But that's the worst part of the beer for me. But that's obviously where the orange comes in. It has so many layers to this beer. It's crazy. So, wow. Yeah, it's interesting. But I had to give it a 2 because it's that tangy, puckery, bitter kind of finish that lingers. So So for a total, Janet, what do you give Walkabout from 3 Window Brewing Company? 3.
I am giving
Third window
Walkabout 2019 Stout a 3.5 out of 5.0. It sounded better than it was.
Yeah.
One of those for me.
Well, we weren't sure about the oranges, right?
Actually, I didn't realize until I bought it.
After you bought it?
I came home, I read the label more carefully, as I should have done in the store, and I realized it said oranges. I don't know that I would have purchased that initially had I saw that because just generally speaking, I'm not a fruit chocolate person. I like them individually, but I don't like to mix them unless it's a chocolate banana combo.
Yeah.
Maybe a banana split with a little strawberry on top. That's about the extent of, my crossing the lines between fruit and chocolate. So, I gave it a 3.5. The appearance was nice. The aroma was pleasant, and then it kind of just went down from there.
Yeah.
I just got too much of that bitterness orange.
Yeah.
You know, whether it was there or I wanted to believe it was there.
No, it was there.
Yeah.
I got it.
It was a hang up for me.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. What do you think?
3.5, yeah. I gave it a 3.3. So kind of right where you're at, you know, the same thing. Like, it looked really creamy for an 8%. I like the appearance a lot. The aroma, obviously. It's just the orange and the tanginess of it, which we're not crazy about fruit in dark beer, especially with chocolate and coffee and things like that. It just it's kind of a weird mix, but it's a really interesting beer, and I can't wait to try some of their other beers. I looked at their website. They have some. I saw a stout on there, 10%. It was coffee stout or something.
It was a chocolate something.
Yeah.
That sounds completely up Gumbo Mud Alley.
Yeah, and I really like their philosophy and what they're doing, so I can't wait to try more of their beers. This is just a really interesting beer. Yeah. So the finish is really the worst for me, as we said. So just not our beer, but really interesting. I think we both kind of enjoyed it a little bit, even though it's not crazy about it. Like, I enjoyed drinking it.
Yeah. I'm glad to try. This is definitely our first beer with orange.
Yeah.
And it's not horrible.
Yeah.
It's just not quite, you know, pleasing to our taste buds. So it was a nice experience. But I think we would both appreciate your full-on stouts full of, you know, dark goodness that you know, that we love and we like to review. So
yeah, exactly. So Gumbo Mud Review is a 3.4 for Walkabout from Third Window Brewing out of Santa Barbara, California. So find them, look them up. If you're up towards Santa Barbara, definitely check them out. They're right there off the 101 there in Santa Barbara, so not far from the beach. So yeah, check them out and try more of their beers, and we're going to try to grab more too. So thank you guys for watching this review, and click the like and share button and share it with everyone, and click the subscribe button for more dark beer reviews.
And we are on Instagram. It's Gumbo Mud, MUDD, and we hope you will follow us there and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we look forward to bringing you more dark beer reviews.
Yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next review.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.